All right, so let's talk about what to actually say in our YouTube videos. So if you're a real estate agent that's been struggling on a format, a framework, a structure, how to actually set up a video that gets watched, that gets engagement, that ultimately gets the phone call, the email, hey, I'm ready to move, or I watched your video on YouTube, can you help me? If that is you, if you're looking for that type of structure, if you're looking for that template, if you're looking for what to actually say in your videos, this video will help you identify every step of the way. So there's one thing to be said for, hey, make a video. You can only go so far with that. The next question is, well, how? What do I say? All that other fun stuff. This video is going to help you address that. So let's get into what to actually say in your videos so we can actually see some meaningful results. At the end of the day, if nobody's watching your content, then we are not making business. So here we go. What to say in your real estate videos on YouTube. There's a 9-part framework, and this script is going to work for any type of content that's going to turn passive viewers into book clients. So let's look into that. Number 1 is your hook. What are you going to say at the start of the video? What's going to be your first impression with one line that it keeps people from going back and searching for other videos, right? So it's going to stop the scroll, stop the continual doom scroll that a lot of people happen to be on. So they see the thumbnail, they read the title, they click on it, and then you want them to stay there. You want for them to put away their thumb and watch your content, right? So we need one bold sentence that's going to hook the viewer right away and makes clicking away feel like a mistake, right? So saying something like, hey, if you're thinking about moving to Austin in 2026, watch this before you sign anything. You're making the intent known, right? So you could even be bolder. There's one thing that you need to know about Austin before you move there. That's another hook. That's another way to really capture attention right from the jump. That's something that a lot of agents, specifically agents, miss. We get into our accolades. We get into who we are, who we service. That us going through the Bold program 30 years ago, we go into all those different things that don't matter to the viewer. Keep in mind, you're the first impression for at least 70% of your audience every single time. What does that mean? How could that be? Well, whenever somebody watches your content and you have a few videos already under your belt, when somebody watches your content, what happens at that point is if they come back around, chances are, well, let me phrase that. Once your video gets served to the audience, a newer audience is going to find you for the first time. So maybe you're known to about 20-30% of the audience because they've seen your thumbnails before, seen your videos before, but 70% of your audience is going to be new most of the time. So that's something that we need to be mindful of. Now, after our hook, we're going to have what? We're going to have a reinforcement statement. That's going to raise the stakes to make it feel more urgent. This is that you have that one bold statement at the intro, so that's the hook. Now we need another bold statement that reinforces why this topic matters altogether. So saying something like, the wrong neighborhood here can cost you $40,000 and 2 years of regret, right? So we made the hook at the beginning. Watch this. Before moving to Austin was the message of the hook. Now we're reinforcing, we're raising the stakes in really giving a reason to stay on the video and really validating the reason that you made this topic altogether or made the video altogether. So, but you're raising the stakes by, hey, if you get this neighborhood wrong, not only are you going to be paying $40,000 more, but there's going to be a ton of regret in your life, and that's certainly not something that we want. Now, what happens next? So we have our hook, we have our reinforcement statement. Now we need our agenda. Tell them exactly what's going to be covered in this video. Keep in mind, you're new to the audience 70 to 80% of the time. So 70 to 80% of the time, they don't know that your content's good. They don't know that your content's amazing, that you're going to be very thorough, that you're going to be very thoughtful, that you're going to be funny, that you're going to be engaging. They don't know that yet. So give them a reason, give them exactly what they're going to expect here. This works whether it's an education channel or it's an entertainment channel. So you set the premise towards the front of the video, so people that are still hanging on, again, they have their thumb ready to click off of here as soon as you say something incorrectly. As soon as they see the agenda, if they're trying to learn about property taxes, homestead exemption, Austin, or the neighborhoods to move to, they just get disarmed and watch the rest of your content at the end of the day. So the agenda is the third part of your video. So as we're talking about the framework, I was talking about the structure, your hook, reinforcement, and agenda in this order. So again, tell them exactly what you're going to say in 1 to 2 sentences. So give them a summary of what of what's going to be covered in the video. Now, number 4, what happens on the 4th part of the framework? You're going to tease out the ending. You're going to give them a reason to stay until the end. Let them know and tease out that there's a big insight coming later on in the video that's worth sticking around for. You're going to encourage that viewer watch retention. That's what's happening here. Hey, stick around to the end. I'll show you share with you that one question that tells you if an area is about to jump in price. That's very appealing. That's very enticing. That's a big tease there. So again, you're not going to tell them right away. You're going to keep them on the video longer. And if they meet you on the other side of the main content, then when you deliver on the tease, you get to drop that huge value on them. Now, this is something that we've been doing for a little while now, but just the results have been so incredible with it that we continue to use. So here, earning trust with the real client story. This is a framework that we've been using for a while now, but this part of the framework, this is something that we've actually moved up to number 5. It's do a story-led point here. So the 5th part of the framework is begin with the story there. So to earn trust, to earn credibility, to add that social proof, tell a story or an analogy that's going to keep the topic relevant and keep the video engaging here. So this is where you get to introduce a little bit more of your personality, get to introduce a little bit more of your authenticity, a little bit more of the social proof that we've talked about. So as long as the story it brings a good point and ties that topic into the video, it's a really good bridge to get to the other side. Story. That's point number 5. So we have what? Hook. We have reinforcement statement. We have the agenda. We have the tease. So the teaser. Now we have the story. Now what happens next? We do an introduction about ourselves. So this is where we get a little bit of a promo here, but not a big one. So you're going to introduce yourself after you've earned it, after you've established a bit of credibility, you've established what's going to be covered in the video, and now you're building a little bit more authority here by simply doing a brief introduction of who you are and what your channel is about. That way they're reminded they're in the right room. Hey, quick intro, I'm Jaime, realtor here in Austin, and this channel helps you relocate without expensive mistakes. Simple. Still making it about them. You're quickly doing an introduction of who you are, and obviously they hear realtor in the area that you happen to work in, and the rest of that line is, hey, this channel is here for you if you're wanting to avoid expensive mistakes. So again, do that introduction. You've earned at this point. It's going to really help edify you. And then we get right into the content. I know it says, I know it sounds like if you structure it this way, we're already at point 7, and we've presented some content, but not really a ton. Note that by the time that you get here, most likely you're about minute 2 or so. So you've already done the hook, the intro, you've gone through your story, you've gone through the intro. Within, let's say, 90 to 120 seconds, this is when you start getting into the meat and potatoes of the video. But it's broken up into such a way to you're keeping people engaged, you're building the anticipation, and it's not going to be a drag on effect here, where you're actually providing meaningful information, provide genuinely useful information, specific enough so people can actually make decisions. So here you're going to talk about prices, speaking about this particular topic about moving to Austin. You're talking about the commute, about property taxes in the 5 neighborhoods that you're planning to cover, right? So make the video useful. Make the video something that is looking to relocate to Austin actually can use. And even if they're not looking to move to Austin, one of their girlfriends, one of their boyfriends is interested in that. They know that they're going to move to Austin. You want that not professional courtesy. You want that honor of them sharing your video because they found it so valuable. That's the ultimate prize there. The 8th part of the framework is the payoff. So remember, at this point we had the teaser at the towards the beginning. That was point number 4, where you're teasing out something later on in the video. Well, now you get to pay off on that promise that you made here. This is where you deliver that valuable insight that you teased out earlier. So it was in the form of a question, if we remember that. So there we have as an example. Now here's a question: what's being built within a mile? New retail in transit means appreciation is coming. So essentially what you teased off here in this particular example is that I'm going to give you a question that's going to help you in your home buying journey. So stick around to the end. And this was the one where you're delivering that tease, you're providing that payoff that you promised earlier on in the video. Because certainly we don't want to just encourage people to stay all the way to the end and never give them that payoff. That's a good way to build distrust and people not reach back out to you. Now, the call to action, of course, is super vital at this point. Point them to the next clear step. And the next clear step is to give you a call, send you an email, book your calendar, or watch the next video, point them there. Have your call to action ready to go, because if they've made it all the way to the end at this point, they'll have such loyalty at that point. They've already received such value. So here, bring them to that next step. Do you want engagement? So do you want them to comment? Do you want them to like? Do you want them to subscribe and hit that notification? Or do you want them to email you, to call you, to text you? Or do you want them to book a calendar appointment or download one of your relocation guides? Wherever the next step that makes sense for them is, point them in that direction. Don't assume that your audience knows what that next step is, because oftentimes that's not the case. Don't, you know what they say for those people that assume, right? So don't be that individual, because it doesn't work out. So don't assume that that they know to reach out to you. Make it known. Whatever that next step is, let them know that that's what it should be, and keep it moving. Well, hopefully this was valuable. Hopefully you have a bit more insight on what you need to say in your real estate videos, what needs to transpire using this framework. Once again, you're going to get that engagement, going to get that reach, and ultimately going to get those people calling you, emailing you, and wanting to work with you, guaranteed. Talk soon.